I started my art business about a year ago. I didn't have funding, I didn't have a plan, and I definitely didn't know where to even start. What I did have was a gut feeling that if I didn't take this leap now, I never would. A year later, I want to share what really happened, the tiny wins, the burnout, the breakthroughs, and everything in between. Sac passe, y'all. I'm Christy. I'm a mom that also works full time in IT while running a small art business from home called Illustrating Christy. It's built around celestial themes and self love because honestly, I need that reminder myself. I didn't grow up thinking I'd be a business owner, I just wanted to draw. But after working long hours and battling postpartum depression, I realized I wanted something different. Something that could also connect with others too. Something that my son would see one day and be so proud of his mama. When I first started illustrating Christy, it was really personal. I mean, it still kind of is, but I had spent so long feeling insecure about the things that made me different, and I knew I wasn't alone in that. So I started illustrating women of color, celebrating the features that we're so often made to feel self-conscious about. It became my way of healing, a way of reclaiming my own confidence, one drawing at a time. Over time, my little art journey grew into something bigger, something magical. I created Nima, a celestial kitty who represents all of us, our insecurities, our struggles, and that spark of light that we carry even when we don't feel good enough. She's a reminder that even when you're doubting yourself, you still have so much magic left inside of you. So that's why I created my small business. Because through Illustrating Christy, I want to bring Nima's world to life with pastel stationery and uplifting art prints and a little bit of celestial magic. They are all designed to remind you, and especially me, that self-love is not about being perfect. It's about celebrating who you are, just as you are. I started my business with no money saved specifically for it, so I started working overtime at my job to earn enough to buy my first Cricut machine, printer, and basic materials. I also opened a business credit card after setting up my LLC so that I could keep my business expenses separate from my personal bank account. It wasn't easy, but I made the sacrifice to work more hours so I could afford to start creating my stationery products and packaging that represented the dream I had in my head. Every late night, every order I packed in our little spare bedroom, all started from that first investment in myself. A few things that helped me when I started my small business were focusing on the essentials first, like the equipment and materials I absolutely needed to get started. That way, I was not getting caught up in trying to have a perfect setup from day one. I also kept a really simple spreadsheet to track what I was spending because staying organized early helped me avoid a lot of confusion later on, especially when it comes to taxes. Another thing that helped was setting small, realistic goals instead of trying to do everything at once, which you'll find yourself doing a lot, especially if you're really passionate about your small business. One thing I wish I did was focus on launching just a few products first so that I could learn the process without overwhelming myself. When I started, I launched so many different variety of things. I had bookmarks, I had stickers, I had art prints, different variations of them. It was a lot to print for my first launch. So I definitely recommend to do a few at a time. That way you don't become overwhelmed like I did. I also made sure to reinvest anything I earned back into the business, whether that was buying better materials or upgrading my packaging little by little. There's so much more I could share about how I prioritize setting up my shop and making it sustainable from the start. So if that's something you'd like a full video on, definitely let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video. One thing I've learned quickly is that selling art is, well, a lot more selling than art. You need a totally different skill set to run a business than you do to simply create. There are upfront and reoccurring costs just like with any business. And while it can feel like a gamble, that's part of the deal when you're betting on yourself. You invest in materials, equipment, packaging, software, and most of all, your time. So much of your time. You invest in learning how to promote, how to price, and how to reach people. It's not just about making pretty, sparkly things, it's about making them sustainably. And that shift in mindset was a big one for me. It's something I continue to struggle with. At first, it's really easy to think, if I just post my art, people will find me. I genuinely believe that when I started. Oh my goodness. But the truth is, posting your art is only one part of the equation. Of course, people can't support you if they don't know you exist. But I'm finding you also have to learn marketing even when it feels awkward. And as an incredibly insecure introvert, it's quite a challenge to learn how to show up even when you feel like nobody's watching yet. Another hard truth, it can actually be really expensive to be cheap. I know this sounds weird, but it's true. I tried cutting corners in the beginning, like buying cheaper paper, for example, or I would skip a quality check because I had faith that everything printed out correctly so that I could save time. And every time it came back to bite me. Either I'd have to redo something or I'd be too embarrassed to send it out. Eventually, I realized that investing a little more upfront, both in materials and in my education by watching a bunch of YouTube videos, obviously, that saved me so much stress later. Also, the time investment aspect of running a small business is something nobody ever warns you about enough. Running a business isn't just making art and posting it online. It's customer service emails, it's shop maintenance, it's content creation, it's updating listings, it's tracking orders, it's inventory management, it's marketing. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on and on. And still trying to stay creative on top of it all. Some days I spend more time on admin work than actually making art. It can be so discouraging if you don't expect it, and I didn't. I didn't expect it at all. I really want to stress how important it is to know this going in. I hope me being transparent about this helps you in the future when or if you decide to start a small business. It's not just about making something you love. There's so much more to it than that. There's so much work put into it, and there's so much time invested. I've learned that you can have the prettiest branding in the world and still feel invisible online. That you can post every day and still not get engagement. That having a great product doesn't guarantee people will see it, let alone buy it. I struggle a lot with self-doubt, so this isn't helping. I didn't know how to market myself. I still don't really. I've had products flop, sticker sheets print wrong, ideas that don't land, and weeks where I felt like giving up. And doing this while working full time and raising a child, it's exhausting. There were many nights where I questioned if this was even worth it. But I want to be clear, even though it's overwhelming sometimes, and even though I sound kind of negative about this entire experience, it doesn't take away the love I have for creating. It just means I've had to adjust my expectations and skills to fit the dream that I'm trying to build. And honestly, every time I push through a new challenge, it reminds me how much I've grown, not just as an artist, but as a business owner too. So if you're planning on starting an art business or you have just started, I really want you to know you're signing up for two jobs, okay? An artist and an entrepreneur. And both are worth learning if you're willing to give yourself time, patience, and grace along the way. In between all the hard moments were small wins that felt huge. The first time someone I didn't know bought from my shop, when a customer told me my art and story behind my art helped them feel seen, my first star member sign up, the first time I made $100, these are massive milestones to me. And they reminded me that progress is happening, even if it's slow, even if no one sees it but me. And what surprised me the most was the support that started coming from places I didn't expect, like YouTube. I originally started posting videos just to document my journey, thinking maybe a few people would watch. But slowly, my channel grew from just a few hundred subscribers to a couple thousand. And even though I'm still a small YouTuber compared to big creators, every comment, every like, every person who said they found my videos inspiring, it all mattered to me so much. It made me realize that the work I'm doing doesn't just exist inside my little shop. It's reaching people I've never even met all over the world. That growth gave me the momentum to keep going when sales were slow or self-doubt was loud. It's one thing to believe in yourself quietly. It's another thing entirely when people you don't even know start believing in you too. It's easy to get caught up in big flashy milestones like going viral, selling out a launch, and I've seen people quitting their full-time jobs to continue their small business journey. Those are great big milestones. But honestly, these small, steady moments of connection have meant the most to me. They're what keep me grounded, I think. And they're what remind me that building something real takes time, and it's definitely worth it. A huge part of why I keep going is my son. I call him Peanut. He's almost 3 now, but he already loves seeing my drawings and loves coming into my little art studio room to play. He inspires me to keep creating and to show him what it looks like to chase a dream even when it's scary. And I can't talk about this journey without mentioning my husband, my amazing, amazing husband. He's been my biggest supporter, even when I felt like giving up. He encourages me to take breaks when I need them. He reminds me that rest is part of the process too. Whenever I start spiraling or feeling insecure, he'll take me on a little adventure. We'll find a cute local restaurant, get out of the house, and just breathe. That space to rest and reset has saved me more than once. So, right now, I'm working on my next shop update, and this one's really, really special to me. It's the first time I'm introducing Nima, my celestial kitty character, to the shop. I've been illustrating Nima for months now for my star members, but this is her first big debut. She's a representation of everything I've been going through this year: insecurities, self-discovery, and learning how to shine even when I feel small. This update will include an art print of Nima for each zodiac sign, some stickers, a bookmark, and sparkles, lots of sparkles. I've poured my heart into every single piece. The shop update will be happening on May 3rd. So as you already know, for this shop update, I really wanted to create something more personal. That's why I made a Nima art print for each zodiac sign. Because even though we're all so different, there's something universal about our struggles and the strengths that we have. So, whether you're a bold Gemini or a dreamy Pisces or somewhere in between, there's a little bit of Nima that connects with you. So, I'll also have star membership tiers open as well, where you can get exclusive monthly prints, stickers, behind the scene sneak peeks. Being a star member means you're getting little pieces of Nima's world that no one else sees. So every month I expand her story and send out little letters to my star members. If you're already a star member, I just want to say thank you so much. Your support has allowed me to keep creating, keep growing, and keep believing that this little dream of mine could actually become something real. And if you're thinking about joining, even if it's just for a month, know that every print, every sticker, every letter is sent with so much gratitude and sparkles behind it. I'll be sharing more sneak peeks on my Ko-fi page leading up to the launch. So if you want to follow along, be sure to check out my Ko-fi page as well as my Instagram. I'll be posting updates there and even on YouTube too. Launching a new collection is always nerve-wracking because it's like scary to put your heart out there and hope that it connects with someone. But honestly, it's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. I really hope you guys love Nima too. She is going to be bringing a lot more magic to the shop and some encouragement into your life. I hope you'll stop by the shop on May 3rd and meet Nima for yourself. I can't wait to share her with you. One thing I do want to share though is that moving forward, I'll probably be doing fewer big shop updates like this one. As much as I love pouring my heart into full collections, it's been really hard balancing everything. My full-time job, being a mom, creating, promoting, all of it, it's just a lot. And it's a lot for one person. And I want to be honest about that. So instead of these big product launches where I have multiple items that I launch at once, I'll be switching to smaller mini updates, like adding 1 or 2 new products at a time whenever I'm able. I will be announcing those new arrivals on social media, so if you want to stay updated, make sure you're following me there. This way I can keep sharing my art without burning out, and I can continue to build Illustrating Christy at a pace that's sustainable for me and my family. I really hope this makes sense, and I really hope you understand. My art isn't going anywhere, my launches aren't going anywhere. I'm just trying to minimize how much I'm doing all at once, all the time. I didn't know what I was doing when I started, but I started anyway. And I'm still learning, still making mistakes, still figuring it out one product, one sticker, one star member at a time. Starting a small business isn't some magical, aesthetic filled journey. It's messy, it's uncertain, but it's also really beautiful when you zoom out. I know in this video I echoed a lot of the struggles that come with starting a small business, but I still want you to know this. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need perfect tools or a huge following or funding from day one. You just need to start somewhere. Find a starting point and the willingness to keep going even when it's hard. So, some of the most important steps I've taken for my small business didn't happen because I had a perfect plan. They happened because I decided to move forward anyway, even if I was scared and even if I felt really small. The first time I listed a product, I had no idea what I was doing. The first time I filmed a YouTube video, I was nervous and I almost didn't upload the video. And as an introvert, it's surprising to me that I even uploaded a video at all. And the first time I launched the Star Mail, I was terrified no one would join, and nobody did for months. However, you build readiness by doing. You build confidence by trying, failing, learning, and trying again. But every imperfect action led me to a new opportunity. Every messy attempt built momentum for me. So last year, I just stood at the edge of my dream, waiting and waiting and waiting for a sign that I'm allowed to start, to finally start my journey. Like, this is it, this is the moment. But you are allowed to start. You're allowed to figure it out as you go. You are allowed to definitely take up space, even if you feel like you're still learning. When I first started, I kept thinking I needed more time, more money, more experience. And I kept telling myself that I wasn't ready. But the truth is, ready never really comes. And even now, a year later, I am still making massive changes to my small business. You don't have to be perfect to be impactful. You just have to be brave enough to begin. And give yourself grace. If you followed my journey or ever supported my work, whether it was liking a post, following me on socials, or placing an order, you've made this possible for me. I'm not at the finish line and I don't think there is one, but I'm proud of how far I've come. I've mentioned this so many times in previous videos. Regardless of the outcome, I'm really glad that I tried and I've started my own little small business and accomplished as much as I have. If you want to follow along as I release the new Nima collection, or just hang out for the cozy, chaotic, sparkly art life, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a star in the comments or let me know what made you smile today. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.